Welcome to Permanent Millionaire. My name is Tony Rehan, and from now on, you can call me Uncle Tony.
Permanent Millionaire. Uncle Tony in the house, y'all.
Thank you very much for subscribing to this 3-part video series where you will learn how to become a millionaire. The name of the series is 9 Proven Steps to Becoming a Permanent Millionaire. The main difference between the rich and the poor is their minds. If I can help you change the way you think about money, you work with money, you use money, I can help you become a millionaire. Everything is up here. You have to think like the rich. The rich people think in a certain specific way that makes them richer every single day. That's what I hope to transmit to you in this video series. Step 1 to becoming a permanent millionaire is raise your financial IQ. What is raising your financial IQ? Raising your financial IQ means having, at the end of each single month, more money than you had the previous month. And you say, how's that possible? It's very easy. What you have to do is spend at least $1 less than you make every single month. The higher the financial IQ of an individual or a person, the more money they have left over at the end of each single month. And don't worry, I know what you're thinking. I can barely make it every single month. I owe money on my credit cards, I owe money on my mortgage, to a friend, I have a lot of expenses, I have kids, I have school, I have travel, I have everything. I understand that. I will teach you how to raise your financial IQ so you can have some money left over after the end of every single month so you can increase your financial IQ. If you want to be thinner, you have to change your eating habits. If you want to become a millionaire, you have to change your money habits. You have to get rid of all the bad habits you have accumulated during your lifetime. Those habits maybe you learn from your parents, from your grandparents, from your friends, from watching TV. Society is made up of things that want to make you spend money. Spend money on things you don't want, spend money on things you don't need, and spend money impressing people that really don't care about you or what you do in your life. So the main goal of step number 2 is change those important money habits. What are the money habits? 1. When we get our paycheck, what do we do with the money immediately? If I know you, you have already spent the money you get from your paycheck even before you get it. That is a bad habit. A bad habit also is rewarding yourself by buying everything you want, even though you can't afford it. And you put that purchase on debt, on credit card debt, on a personal loan, on a layaway. And the third and most dangerous money habit of all is spending more money than you have. We have to change those money habits. To raise our financial IQ, we have to have money left over at the end of each single month. How are we going to achieve that? By changing our money habits, by creating a budget, by knowing exactly how much money is coming in and how much money you're allowed to take out. Questioning yourself every single purchase that you make. Asking yourself, is this purchase necessary or is this purchase unnecessary? And leave the unnecessary purchases at the end of the month to see if you have money left over to do them without going into debt. And a very important and maybe the key to improving your money habits is stop using debt to cover your daily expenses, your monthly expenses, and your duda purchases. Now let's go to step number 3 on the proven path to becoming a permanent millionaire. We learned on the previous 2 points that we have to have money left over at the end of each month. And number 2, that we have to change our money habits in order to achieve goal number 1. There are 2 things that can derail us from a path to becoming a millionaire. And these 2 things we must avoid at all costs. The number 1 pitfall would be a medical emergency. Why? Because as a parent, you would do anything or spend any amount of money to save your child or your loved one or your parents or your wife in order to save their lives or treat them if they have an illness. So in order to avoid this pitfall, we must have a very solid medical insurance program. Why? Because things happen, life happens, and if something bad happens to you or one of your family members, knock on wood, it won't happen, but you have to be prepared to take care of that financial responsibility in the case it happens. Pitfall number 1 is a very solid medical insurance policy. Pitfall number 2 is debt, especially credit card debt. Credit card companies are thieves. I know I might never get a sponsor from a credit card company because they're not gonna like what I'm gonna say. The worst thing you can have is credit card debt. Why? Because the interest rate that they charge you is humongous. It can go from 10, 12, even up to 18 or 20% a year. Even the best investor of all times, Warren Buffett, cannot achieve those returns year after year. So the money they're charging you is outrageous, and you will probably never gonna be able to pay your credit card debt back if you keep adding to it every single month. The key is when you buy something, you must pay for it. So in order to avoid money pitfall number 2 is change your credit card for a debit card. Debit cards are beautiful because once the money empties from your bank account, your debit card doesn't work anymore. You put it in, you try to take money out, and the bank says no. Actually, the bank is helping you. Use debit cards if you have very bad money habits. If you don't have financial will, you have no willpower, you cannot control yourself, the best way to control yourself is using a debit card. We just learned 3 out of the 9 principles that you need to know and learn and execute to becoming a permanent millionaire. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please stay tuned for video number 2, where we will learn the next 3 steps and foundations to changing our mind so you can think like the rich and you will be on your way to becoming a permanent millionaire.
Permanent millionaire.